Pritzipa. Anyways, welcome, internets. I think.
Yes.
Are we rolling?
Twitch
Cool.
says yes.
Welcome again.
Hi.
Yes, Twitch, yes. We're back, and we're back to Midcryu. The one shot is up. The one shot turned into multiple shots will be finished eventually, but
You
it is
should
not
know
this
better
day.
than to call anything a one shot.
Mini campaign.
Especially with us, with Captain Reboot
Side
folk,
story, you know?
Exactly.
It's just a side story.
which is exactly what it turned into for multiple games.
The mini crossover that has
Indeed it
expanded
did.
this universe kind of a lot. Way more than I had initially expected. Like, a lot.
Unintentionally
Anyways.
confirmed the multiverse.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Pointy-nosed asshole. Anyways, it's been a while, so let's do a bit of a recap.
I've
So-
not been here.
That, yeah. So basically, the party had returned to Sonaria City after dealing with larger bandits person. One that,
The absolute
Was-
massive lad.
yeah, Drax the Beast. One that took Jasnah down twice, but eventually was felled. You all learned that he actually has 2 more older brothers, and they're searching for some magical items under someone's orders. You're not 100% sure who. I think you just got a name. Their Majesty.
Mm-hmm.
For some upcoming war. But upon returning, Jarl paid all of you quite handsomely. Some a bit longer than others. Oh, wait, he's not here to poke fun at, damn it. Anyways, and more information was given to Orryn on the completion of this task about the last known location of his daughter, which happened to be at the Grimson estate. Roth Grimson was described as part of the Sakage in the part of the money division, basically. Assistant to the Master of Coin. There have been rumors about him, and he is not a kind, nor patient, nor good person, from all accounts. You have checked out his estate, which seemed to be a veritable mini fortress within the city. And during your nightly discussion, you were all pulled into the Velvet Room after meeting one of your new friends. After, unfortunately, Grayson's wife was pulling him by the ear, taking him back home. Through the door of the Velvet Room, since Igor decided to give him a bit of a lift home. And you all met Grayson's wife / patron for a moment. But Leotril fell in, or not Leotril, oh my god. So many names. God. Say your name again.
Liravel.
Liravel, thank you. Crashed into the party, literally through a table, after she started a brawl with Armstrong, which she then lost.
Didn't
Unfortunately.
lose. It was stopped by Lina. Thank you very much. I totally had him.
Yes, the being thrown across the room onto a table was
A purposeful tactic to distance myself and recuperate.
You also all found out that Liravel's companion, that looked to be a dog, is actually, in fact, a very small dragon. And you were in the middle of... Since Igor stepped out for a while, because he had other things to attend to and other individuals to attend to, you were left alone in the Velvet Room with, well, the other three inhabitants. But you were in the middle of trying to decide how to get into Roth Crimson's estate. You were deciding between trying to sneak in, trying to blow your way through, or trying to get an invite through one of the individuals you have met so far in the city. That is where we left off.
The blowing our way through part of the plan was most likely shit. The other two didn't work.
That's the backup plan.
But
The backup plan.
the backup, I think. I don't think it was anyone's first plan. But...
Yeah. It would not have been Jasnah's. One would think the bard would be the one to talk to people.
Well, that's just pigeonholing.
She's not the best at doing that, but sort of relatedly, because Jasnah was taking care of that egg. Has anything happened with the egg? Did we know how long off, or if it was actually...
Last you believed, it seemed to be, when you got it, a few weeks out from hatching. You think you might have...
Because I had been... So Jasnah had been taking care of it, and I had, like, asked at least once before, and I don't remember where we were, if it was doing okay or not.
It has been doing fine. You've been taking... I've just been assuming you've been, like, taking care of it during rests and whatnot. You think you might have about a week before it hatches.
Okay.
But for the moment, Lena and...
So we just went into the house to see what's going on with Orryn's daughter, or searching for her. That's where we are, essentially.
We are still... We're either still in the Velvet Room or we're still at the bar.
Well,
because...
yeah, but I mean, like that. But that's what we're trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah,
right?
that's where we had left off.
We're trying to figure out how to get into this massive, super fortified fortress without just dying.
And Amavasya is pitched talking to Sybil and Count Drake.
I will repeat some of the things from the description. Also, you have Jarl, that is a possible contact as well. There
are a lot of names going around here that I don't really remember.
Let me see if I have
Jarl is the guy who's with the
Sakage, who gave you the last contract and all the information.
And has implied that he wants to overthrow the current leaders, but has not directly said it yet.
Not the current leaders, just that there's something going on.
Or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Payton, you're blending Count Drake and Jarl.
Oh, am I? Okay, my bad.
Yes.
Count Drake was
Owner
the noble
of the Blue Boar. That's what I have written down for Jarl.
Oh, Jarl.
Jarl.
Yes, Jarl.
It looks like Jarl. The J makes me want to Jarl. Yes.
There's Jarl.
Makes me want to Jarl.
He's very pretty.
Basically, he should be.
He is human.
As he calls himself, he is a rent boy. Then there was Sybil, the owner and leader of the Bronze Eagle Guild and the Blink Dog's Mug, the tavern which you are currently staying in. She seems to have a history with the city and more people. I haven't talked too much with her. And then there was Count Rimbold Drake, the first individual that you guys kind of officially met in the city, and the one you delivered the notice to from Pavel's Grove. And you learned about him fighting the Sakage in a sense, or trying to enact policies to limit them. He was a big part in ending slavery in Scenaria. But I think somebody rolled high enough, and they felt that there was something more to him than meets the eye.
Hmm.
Also, Amavasya really needs spell components.
Or at least a focus.
Did someone suggest like a single person sneaking in?
Oh yeah, I forgot to describe the manner itself. The walls were 20 feet high, manned on all sides, crushed glass along the top. The front gates appear to be fairly secured, and actually made of like non-see-through iron. Up on the very top of the house itself, there appear to be half orc, half Goliaths patrolling, while the others appear to be
Galorks.
basically a mix of humans, half orcs, and Goliaths. And then there is a dock on the back with a number of guards stationed around there. But the place is on the waterfront.
And we brought up, I believe, trying to sneak in under the water.
Yes, that was mentioned. You haven't explored down there yet, but it was mentioned.
Mhm.
Hmm.
But as like y'all discuss and talk about all these different peoples and names, Lyra does just kind of nod along, like, yes, I totally understand. But it is written across her face that she has no idea who any of these people are.
You do know Sybil.
Oh, okay, she knows Sybil because of that's the guild she works with. But
Exactly. But aside from her, and even her, you don't know all that much about her.
gotcha.
Hmm. So if we were gonna talk our way in, what would we be talking our way in to do?
Well, the idea was to just get an official appointment.
But for what? I mean, we have to have a reason to be there, even if it's a lie.
That's part of what we need to come up with.
Yeah, which is why I pitched Count Drake, because he works with Coin, and the person we're talking to is like the head of Coin, or assistant head of Coin.
So it could be a good. Yeah.
What was Orryn's daughter's name? Did he ever say? I can't remember.
Tana.
Tana.
Yeah.
And there's no idea why Tana would be there?
No, she was. What was it? I'm forgetting, Connor. She was supposed to meet me in Scenaria City originally, and then I heard that she was in Pavel's Grove or something, and that's why I was heading down there where we met in the first place.
Yeah. I believe.
And then
It's been a while for
she
me too,
wasn't-
so.
Yeah, and then she wasn't there, and then I heard from Igor or something that she was back in Scenaria City. And then we came back and she had disappeared and was in trouble. So yeah, we really do not know what is up. Like, we just know that she was last seen leaving this guy's place.
So she might not even
Ha-
be in there.
She might not even be in there. Yeah.
I think that we should figure out first before we try to break into or somehow weasel our way into like an impenetrable fortress.
But who else is gonna have that info but the people in there?
I mean, that's something we could ask guards about. Like, we don't need to go in.
Well, that's fair.
Because guards would see her coming and going if she had come and gone. Or we could try to get a sense of whether or not, like, they're lying if they're like, we don't know who you're talking about, you know?
Because DM, like every time we have entered or anybody has entered or left the city, it's usually documented in some form, like whether it's the corrupt guards taxing you or just otherwise being noted down who's going and coming, right? So in theory,
To an extent, whenever you've bribed or paid your way in, especially when you or last time you left and entered using the pass you were given from Jarl, there was no note taking of who you were. They didn't even ask.
Because we had that writ, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, you could certainly try.
it is an option. There are so many options.
No railroad for you.
Darn, I have to think? Fuck, I didn't sign up for this.
Could make a track, but not my style. So you have your few options. Or you...
Had a few.
I'm guessing there's a front door. We could, I don't know. That's also suspicious, though.
I like life.
No, just being like, hey, have you seen this person? I heard she was here. Is she still here? I don't know if that's suspicious or weird.
Every time I have tried to go make casual conversation with the Sakage, Lana kicks my ass and says that's a horrible idea that will get me killed. But hey, maybe it won't happen this time. And she looks very genuine and cheerful.
If we want to try and talk to the guard, maybe we can stake out the place and then note like where they go, and maybe if one of them goes to a tavern or something on the way home, run into them there.
It's a thought.
It seems less suspicious than just walking up to the front door.
Hello, sirs. Have you seen an errant Svirfneblin woman?
I feel like everybody is complicating this way too much in their heads. We're just trying to find information. That doesn't automatically make us a super sketchy target.
But when we're trying to get information from
The mob.
the Yakuza, it's a bit
We're We're trying to get information from the Yakuza who might have kidnapped the person we're trying to get information about.
Which means we are the instant next target. No question.
Yes, but also we've already gotten confirmation that she left. And the confirmation was in, oh yeah, and fucking saw their body being taken out. It was, no, it was the person was seen leaving.
And after being seen, like to confirm what Jarl had said, after seen leaving, they were not seen again.
Well, why did your daughter come to the city in the first place?
Originally, the two of us were going to meet up. I haven't seen her in several years.
Oh. So that was all. She just wanted to come back and see you. Do you know if she knows anybody in the Sakage?
Do I know if she knows anyone in the Sakage?
How long has it been since you last spoke with your daughter?
I'm trying to remember this backstory.
There. Same.
It's been so long.
It has been a long time, and I'm still in a different character's headset. I'm having trouble with Orryn right now.
Your name is still in fact Alondra on Discord too.
Oh shit.
How do you team old people?
That's why I couldn't get into Orryn, because I was still actually Valandra. There we go.
Just like that.
Yes. And now I'm like, oh well.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
Yeah, grumble. Yeah, how could I grumble when my name is Valandra?
Wander doesn't grumble?
No.
No. She is the most cheerful. I think it's been about a decade. They've probably exchanged a couple letters, but I think it's been about a decade since they actually saw each other.
She's made no mention of any dealings with anyone in the Sakage.
Okay. So essentially, I think I don't really know what else she might have been doing in town, because we were meeting up and then we were going to catch up. It hadn't happened yet.
Exactly.
Where were you supposed to meet her?
I assume there was like a tavern or something.
You were both going to meet at the Blink Dog's mug.
Was she asked about there? Did you ask about her there yet? I don't remember. I know he asked about her a bunch of places, but
I mean, I definitely asked about her there before the campaign started, while I was in Scenario City last time. Because I couldn't find her and heard that she'd gone down to Pavel's Grove.
You had learned that she did stay there for a short time, but that she got a letter and had to pick up and leave very quickly. She did not explain herself.
DM, remind me, have I gone by the estate while I had locate object up?
I believe you. No, you didn't yet, because it
'Cause
was.
I
Was
had
it,
it up.
was it you?
Okay.
Was it? I'm blanking as well. Was it you or Lena, who
It
had
was the one scouted.
walked by? I think it was Lena who had scouted.
I
Yeah,
think it was
just
Lina
her,
who'd
'cause
walked
she's
by.
sneaky.
Yeah. So you
Okay.
haven't. None of you have actually been there yet. None of you have seen this place before, except for
Well,
maybe Black Knights.
I think a good first step would be to try and locate object on my daughter's spell book and then make a pass by the place.
Mm. Do that
Like-
and then talk with some guards. Just trying to think about as many things as we can do at once.
Yeah. I mean, if someone else wants to talk to some guards,
That's fair.
I'm just thinking of I don't know if Orryn would actually suggest that, but people would probably get the sense that it would be a good idea. Glancing at his charisma score.
But we also shouldn't put up too much, especially not in the barrows.
True.
How bad does Jasnah stand out as a white dragonborn here? I'm not sure if there are many dragonborn or not.
The Warrens is a real hotbed for mixed races, like half-bloods of many different races, but there is a number of peoples of all different races, so after a bit of looking, you can find just about anything in there. It's kind of like a melting pot of anyone who's destitute and poor at this point.
Anybody who does
Yeah,
not
I
have
just wanted
money.
to make sure it wasn't like the one white dragonborn in the city currently, you know?
No. On the east side, it definitely appears to be more prominently human. But in the Warrens, it's a mixed bag. I hope that answers your
Yes.
question.
Because, I mean, she's got the charisma, but she also does not have performance or persuasion.
Do I have persuasion? I
Amavasya
do.
definitely does.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
Performance.
+5 without, but...
Oh, that's 7 better than me, so.
Oh, that's right.
Charisma of a 6. That's why I'm saying.
So do we want to split 2 and 2? That way, it's not just Orryn by himself to potentially get kidnapped. Or we could just all
sure.
go. We could
That might-
just stay as a group. I don't know.
That might be a little more suspicious.
Right, there'd be a lot of people just walking around this.
Yeah. It would definitely be good if someone was with Orryn, though, because then it might be possible for me to have Moirae spy for me. But if I have to go blind and deaf for a moment, I definitely wouldn't want to do that alone.
I will mention this right now. Moirae, seeing a creature like that is not very common, at least in this part of the world, and especially in a city like this. There are rare oddities occasionally, but I'm just letting you know now.
I'm aware. However, I do have the invisibility spell.
True.
Ooh.
I just want to let you know.
Yep.
so you would know.
Appreciate it.
Gnomes are considered small, right?
They're
Yes.
itty.
Yeah.
Then while you're in
Orryn,
that state,
Orryn
you
is 2'9".
Quenya is a medium creature. As such, you could ride her around. You'd have to earn her trust, but
A wee dragon.
Lyra very willingly is like, "Oh, Quenya can totally carry you," and then gets an angry eyes from the dog,
Oh, you guys are in the Velvet
or with
Room.
the angry eyes from the dragon. She's also a crystal dragon, so she doesn't look super duper comfortable to ride.
Did Lina say how large the estate was?
I believe she did, and it was very, very large. I'm blanking on the exact measurements. Hold on. I think I'm swear I wrote them down somewhere. But it was large. But I think a locate object spell could cover all of it if you stood directly in the middle.
Wait, it's that large? A locate object is 1,000 feet.
It is a fairly large. You guys are in a metropolis. Like on the map. See, the Scenario City isn't just that point. It exceeds. Here, I'll draw it. That probably should make things a bit clearer.
Huh?
It goes all the way to the Plith, and actually, it covers both sides of the Plith River, because that divides the city. Okay, the map is actually really stupid. I'm starting to realize the background map, because the city is supposed to have the Plith running through. It's in the middle, but it is. Okay, fuck that. I'm starting to realize I should have really looked at this map a bit more carefully, but god damn, there. It is a metropolis. It's considered a metropolis.
I'll
Yeah,
work on that
I,
at the
I know the city's huge. I'm just trying to get.
Oh yeah, the estate
beat.
is very large. Just to give you a sense of, there can be very large buildings here. Or estates. Fuck, why are my notes so bad?
Because you're a DM.
Yeah,
It's like
that'll do
requisite.
it.
Because it's literally not your job. You do this for fun. So. Yeah. Oh,
The things that make you go.
I mean, Yasmar's more likely to scare somebody into giving information. She has a +10 on intimidation.
Holy shit!
So maybe like catching someone at a bar, making sure they're drinking, and then just have her be like, "Hey."
I don't know if that's the first way we want to go.
No, but we need to pick a direction. Do we want to do a stakeout and follow guards to somewhere and see if we can get information? Do we want to just ask them? Do you want to send Moira in? Well, sending her in first would probably be a good idea. Like, if she's invisible, just like meander around.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think a good first step is walking by with locate object and sending Moira in invisibly, and then potentially following that up with a stakeout or following a guard to a bar or something. I feel like asking for information from the guards while they're on duty is not going to work out well.
No. Agree.
What time is it outside the Velvet Room? When did we come in here?
Right first thing in the morning.
It
It's the
was
morning, okay.
later
Into the thing.
evening. Oh wait,
Is it-
Oh,
wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was.
Nope, it was the morning because Amavasya went into the velvet room with pillows static clung to them.
I do
That is
have all of my spells.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, I do have all my spells back, so that I remember that. Speaking of spells,
Yeah. It is about. Hold on. Fuck.
there we go.
Why?
Fix the map.
Thank you.
I got such a close color to the background map. I said, "Fuck it, good enough."
I appreciate it nonetheless.
You just literally blotch out the road that was there. See, in other news, I kind of totally zoned out while I was doing that.
Don't worry, we've made 0 progress.
Hog.
We made some progress. We were going to do locate object and send in the familiars.
Oh yes. Okay.
Or at least the one familiar.
yeah,
I mean,
can-
we could send Quenya in, but people would probably question why there's just a dog walking around. So, unless we find out there's like a specific, like if the what's his face, whoever owns the estate, does have a dog, Quenya turns into that type of dog.
Are you even sure they have a dog?
No, that's why it's all incredibly in theory.
let's just go with the invisible familiar for now.
Yeah.
Onward?
Well.
Onward, yeah.
All right. The lot of you step out from the Velvet Room and return to I guess we'll say Orryn's room. The sun is streaming in. You hear the sounds of people starting to bustle in for breakfast downstairs.
Before we go, I'm gonna go out and buy just like a shabby black cloak, so I'm not wearing my scholar's robes to do this potential stakeout.
Sure. 2 silver.
Okay.
Like,
Amavasya's
unless you
gonna
want to
hit the
roleplay
magic
it all
store.
out.
No, it's fine. I just
I'm messing with you, dude. Yeah, you get a cloak, no problem.
Amavasya is gonna have breakfast at the Guild Inn, and then we'll go to buy components.
All right, you can return to the same magic shop that you guys had gone to before. That'll take about 20 minutes to get there. But what upon entering. What components are you looking for? Much valued customer.
One moment, I lost where the character sheet went because my new monitor's too big. Never mind, I found it. It's fine.
Well, you're
First-
gonna have problems with something.
First world problems. My
Yeah,
monitor's
perfect.
too big.
Yeah, I just built my PC and now I'm like, I can't find anything.
That is a good problem to have.
Yeah, I'm hyped. So fucking what components is it? I didn't write that in the notes. Oh, I need character voice. That's what I need.
Well, let me see. I'm not sure if we carry that.
Yes. I am in need of some incense, a decent amount, as I start to blur between Leotril and Amavasya. Rip.
Just wait a year and pull an accent out of your ass.
Which components would those be?
Do you have bulk buy incense?
He kind of sits back a little bit. Not pretend. Well, go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Right.
First roll of the night.
Let's see. Alright. Almost died. Persuasion? 15 total.
I can knock a bit off, but not too much. I don't exactly get that much business, you see. So I have to make my money somehow. How much were you looking for?
I don't know how to say this in character because the spell just says that I need 10 gold worth, but I'm trying to get multiple stocks of it.
Just say you need like 30 or 40 gold, or however much.
Yeah, but he's saying that he's gonna cut a deal, so if I say 20 or 30 worth, it's like the same principle with buying weed. You don't say the money value, you say the
Fair.
quantity value.
What material is it? Look up how much that material usually costs per pound.
I have no idea.
What is the material? What's the spell?
Find familiar.
I have no idea what material costs that needs off the top of my head.
It's
10 gold
incense,
incense.
basically. Yeah.
Of what?
Expensive incense, essentially.
Yeah, the good Kush.
Yeah.
Insect repellent. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Incense. Okay, yeah, no, incense isn't in the item list.
Yeah, no.
Damn.
Well, are you familiar with, this spell? And we'll kind of outline find familiar.
Yes, of course. I've seen it a number of times. It's honestly our biggest seller here for those components, since most people in this area who do partake of the arcane aren't the highest level, and it is a relatively beginner-based spell.
Right. Well, I'm also new to the arcane, and I'm trying to study. Is there any way I could buy a few I suppose bunches, so that I could practice the spell a few times.
And how many bunches would that be?
I think 3 would be a safe bet.
He pulls out an abacus and starts doing the numbers. 30 gold. Repeat customer.
By the way, can Orryn have come along to this?
Yes.
Amavasya just like, no.
And giving a 10% discount. That would come to 27 gold pieces then. For 3 components and 3 uses worth of components for the spell.
Fantastic. That was way too early a drill. Amma's voice is much deeper. Let me just write that in my notes.
Lower in the chest.
Yeah, exactly.
Voice much deeper. Okay.
So wait, I was writing the gold cost.
I know. It just sounded.
Cool. Let me quickly check. Bump. I think those are the only components I know that I need. It's a focus. That's a focus, and I already have mine. Also a focus. Okay, yeah.
Just to let Orryn know, and since I finally finished figuring it out, it appears to be 350 across and 100, or not 100, actually, yeah, 100 feet deep.
Okay. I appreciate that. That is very helpful.
That is what you saw from, or that is what you were told, approximately the size of at least the outer wall. There does appear to be, or you were told, that there was some good space between it and the manse on the inside.
Okay. While we are at the magic shop, I will inquire about the current stock of scrolls, because I think last time we were here was about a week ago. Just if they've gotten anything else in.
Oh, that's a good point.
No, we haven't gotten anything as of late. We've got renewed on the scrolls we already have, or we had originally had, but you had cleaned us out quite well, and
I didn't quite clean them out. They still had a couple left, but I don't remember what they were because the chat apparently doesn't go back that far anymore.
The only one I remember is True Strike because I have 5 of them.
yeah, they have a lot of True Strike left, and yeah, that's we don't have too much left at the moment. We are expecting a new supply in 2 months' time.
What's that in notes?
Then I'll just ask for 50 gold worth of both incense and gold dust if they do that.
Like 50 gold, like mixed together?
No, of each.
Oh, 50 gold each? Okay. Alright, that, with the discount, that would be about 90 gold in total, if you don't mind, sir.
Pop it on at the table. He wasn't even thinking of a discount, but he's not going to say no.
Well, you talked him into a discount from before and being a repeat customer. And I will be right back. just a moment. That's a good amount of gold I need to grab. Hold on. And he'll duck into the back room and come back with your gold and all the incense for the both of you. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
Oh, does he also sell paper and ink?
Yes. Of course.
I will buy 200 gold worth of scholarly paper and ink.
Okay. 180. And he'll drop down a fairly large stack of papers and then a large bottle of ink.
Mm-hmm. He'll just grab it, nod, and turn away.
Thank you for your repeat business. Please remember us next time you need more.
Does anyone have anything else to do before we head past the estate?
I think Jasnah would probably just pick up a cloak, because like most of her clothes, even her traveling clothes, are of like a pretty like good quality, and that could stand out a bit much. So just kind of like maybe like an outfit that's not my parents bought me really expensive shit looking, you know?
Beer available, do the same.
I buy 7 shabby black cloaks. No, okay.
2 silver for a cloak.
Not so much like shabby, but just like simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No
2 silver.
embroidery, etc.
2 silver.
question. So Amavasya still dresses in what's that map? Ladesh attire. Could I just buy like super commoners clothes of this region?
Sure, let me double check. I'm sure common clothes is actually in the equipment list. Yeah, common clothes are 5 silver.
Who the fuck added the notes under the Island Empire of Seth?
Under what?
And in the bottom left, the Island Empire of Seth.
McFarlane.
Oh.
I have a feeling it was Zach. That sounds like something he would do.
When in doubt, it's Zach. So scenario common clothes.
Yeah, it's just kind of a jerkin, some plain workers' pants. Nothing too fancy at all. Just a little frumpy hat that comes with it.
Oh, word. No, there's just a hat on top of the giant black poof.
Wait, does Amavasya have like a fur fro?
Well, they left the inn, so probably not currently. But it definitely poofs to the sides because there's just no taming the cheek fluff.
Fair enough. Well then, you've all disguised up, components. I'll say that doing all that would take you to about noon. What's the
Alright.
plan now?
A couple of us walking by, and a couple of us staking out the place, was it? Or
Well, at least doing the walk by first with the
yeah,
familiar and
locate object. Yeah.
Amavasya will probably stay close to Orryn, so there's a guarantee that the gnome will be alive to teach them the spell later.
Fair enough.
Yes,
All
no,
right.
we'll kind of like gently scritch Moire behind the ears and cast Bardic Inspiration.
Oh.
Do good, cat.
Meow.
We believe in you. Peter, give us a big
What?
thumbs up.
Moira looks at you grumpily but doesn't object.
Amavasya will just cat squint back at the cat. Then we'll look at the party. They know what it means.
Alrighty then. Moving forward, anyone who's trying to pass by the house and trying to be inconspicuous, go ahead and roll me a deception check.
Oh. Charisma. Oh, that's actually pretty good.
You could have just sent the
8.
cat in alone. But what was that?
18 minus 2 is a 16.
Okay.
Jasnah, dice, where are you? Here we go.
Are you like all going together as like a larger party, or?
We're just
No.
meandering around.
I don't think we are.
I think Jasnah was going to go with Orryn, so he's not alone. What are we doing? Deception?
Deception, yeah.
Yeah, so 18.
So
for
we
Amma.
look natural 20. Go Jasnah. First roll, but
Eight.
just casually meandering about the area, not so much staring at the building while the invisible bird cat goes into the thing.
Did you
Well,
cast invisibility on them?
I have not cast invisibility on them yet because I'm taking a pass by first with locate object up.
All right, and 18 for Amavasya. Laravel.
Lyra's not going to be like
Lyra.
so much approaching the building. She's going to be a good ways off, still like in sight of the group, but not like even close enough to the building to be sus.
All right, then you're good if you're like staying a decent ways away.
Mhm.
Everyone, as you're passing, let me double check everyone's passives.
Oh, don't check the passive.
Yeah, you're not bad. 13, 14.
I got 15 and 16 for Lyra and Quindu.
12.
You're too far away. I guess Jasnah and Amavasya, you both would feel like the eyes watching you from up above. Despite there being not too many, but still a number of other people passing and walking on this street, there appears to be eyes focusing down on you from up above. You're pretty sure the guards are watching you all very closely. But no shots are fired, no calls are thrown out. As you guys get to about the midway point, there does appear to be a number of individuals on the opposite side of the street, but standing near the entrance to the estate. They seem to be gathered for some reason, but there's no indication of any reasoning. Getting to Orryn, you had it up before you started walking, or as you
Yes,
started walking?
before
Okay.
before I got close, because I wouldn't want to cast the spell in sight.
Fair enough. You're getting no pings. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. That is pretty good. Arcana 23.
Okay, I'll say with that. You do feel like as you're doing this, concentrating on the spell, you feel like the range going out and it hovering over. At a certain point, before you even got within too close to the building, you feel what seems to be a dead zone in the spell.
Yep.
It appears to be located over not the entire property, but the house itself. The spell goes out and around it and then closes on the other side, but it appears to be a dead zone of this location or tracking magic.
All right.
Unless you guys have any other things you're doing as you pass, you finish going by with.
What are the buildings to either side like?
On the waterfront side, there is about 2 regular building-sized plots completely emptied out. It looks like there's an barren, empty field that may have been properties that may or may not have been burned down. On the opposite side of the street, all the buildings appear to be very run down and with bars and wooden planks over the windows and the doors. It seems as though this section is almost devoid of homes, and the people that are here are either passing by, and most of them appear to be keeping their eyes furtively down to the ground and just quickly walking through, or the individuals waiting around the gate.
Okay.
On the opposite side of the street, but still near the gate.
So there's definitely seems like there's nowhere within 100 feet anywhere close that I could kind of take a pause without arousing suspicion.
You could try stopping with the group waiting outside the front of the gate. There appear to be a couple of alleys across the street that you could duck into and possibly be out of sight, but there are no stalls set up here, no shops set up. There looks to be a few places where there were shops, but they appear to be closed at this point.
Okay.
Considering how small Orryn is, if we ducked into an alley, could they effectively be totally hidden in Amma's cloak if they cast a spell?
It's actually no mandate Tabaxi.
This is a very big cat.
I'd say he'd have advantage at a sleight of hand. If you ducked around an alley and around a corner, then yeah, you'd have total cover anyways.
What about any barrels or just other or boxes or crates? Anything?
Well, okay. So if we were like in the alley, how far from the actual house would we be?
It looks to be the street is about 25, 30 paces across. So you'd be about 30 feet from, if you got deeper into the alley, about, if you went 15, 20 feet into the alley, you'd be, unless the guard was standing directly staring down that sight line, you'd be out of sight.
Okay. That might be worth it then. We might be able to get some real time from Moire in the alley. So worth an attempt. Yeah, let's duck down the alleyway.
I forgot I put make Moire my best friend in my ideals.
I remember that now.
Oh my god, that is awesome. So, what are you?
And it
what are
and
you
it
guys?
and it has to be a character ideal because it's so unlikely to happen.
Oh damn!
I was
Oh damn!
I was mostly just meaning that Moira is as grumpy as Orryn is. I wasn't meaning for that to be such a personal burn, but I'm
Somebody
okay
get
with it.
clear, 'cause somebody just died.
Fuck, I don't have to roll a new character this soon. Heart attack right there.
Yeah, so we'll duck into the alleyway and out of sight. And then I will cast Fortune's Favor and then Invisibility on Moire.
All right. You
And
can
then
do so.
Yep. And then Moire is going to invisibly take off and start heading towards the mansion. And I'm gonna lose sight and hearing and go into Moire's senses.
Alrighty. You are alone, blind in an alley. Moray begins to fly up, and
Well, wait. The others were with me in the alley. I thought.
Yeah.
did you all
Orryn was
one by one duck in?
Orryn was gonna hide in the cat's cloak, I think, or something.
Well, we're out of sight, so that was
Yeah.
unnecessary. But I don't lose vision if I'm alone. I had assumed the others were with me.
Okay, just making sure. So you're gonna all just huddle in the alley. The guards are moving on the wall, so you might have to move to get out of their sight. But for the moment, you are concealed. Moray flies up and is able to look over the full estate. It has the same dimensions. There appears to be about a 50-foot gap from the wall to the house itself on each side, and the house is basically just on the back, or just like it's 50 foot from the wall, yeah, and it extends all the way back to the waterfront. Moray can fly around and see a number of guards everywhere. Checking out the docks, it appears that the house is built around and has a little cut in the back with a like U-shaped, but right angles, open area in the back for anything coming off the docks to go into the house.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't appear to be any grounds around there. Also, it is very lavish looking on the inside. Plenty of plants and vegetation throughout. Vines cover the house. Though, go ahead and give me an investigation check with Moray.
Investigation. Okay.
Bardic inspo if needed.
Yep. I am going to use that point of Fortune's Favor. That is much better. So that is a 19.
Okay, on closer, Mori gets closer and does some further inspections, and you're able to find that the vines climbing the building all have thorns throughout them. You'd think trying to grab onto them would really rip up a person's hands. Looking closer at the very lovely garden, everything is kept very low and close to the ground as to not obstruct any arcs of fire from anywhere on the walls or from the manse itself. The front appears to have very large double doors and a balcony just above it, with what looks to be a dining table set up. A man is actually sitting there, and what appears to be a number of tables are being brought out to the front of the house. It's a straight walkway from the front entrance to the entrance of the house, but it looks to be a number of tables being piled high with food up in front of the building.
Okay, so if tables are being brought out, that means the front door is open, or at least being opened and shut?
Yeah, currently.
Moire is gonna sneak inside.
Alright, go ahead and give me a stealth check with him. At advantage because invisible, but
Okay. That is pretty good. Thank that advantage. +4, 22.
okay, cool. Moray manages to slip into the house. Pardon me. Narrowly avoiding some of the servants.
Okay. I assume that most of the house is going to be outside that 100-foot range, so Moira is going to have to do most of the investigation without my presence. But she is just going to try and investigate as much of the layout as she can. Look for any signs of like a dungeon or like prisoner. See if she can see if she can smell Tana at all, because she does have keen smell. Yeah, so she's just gonna find out as much as she can about the place.
Alright. What you're able to see with while still being inside, it appears to be a lot of people bustling and bringing quite lavish-looking food out to the tables out front. A very large open foyer here, with two corridors heading off to the left and right. A second rail around the upper top, and directly ahead, staircase up, splits off, and heads up. Number of doors throughout the room, but Murray continues to go in, goes through a few rooms, avoiding people. You see what looks to be a larger dining area, sitting room. Starts to get to the back, sees the kitchens, and gets outside of your range.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll an investigation.
Okay. Oh, that is pretty good. I'm gonna use the Bardic Inspiration for this.
Mm-hmm.
And a 5, so 21.
Okay. And perception with advantage for the spell.
Okay. 2 and 18, so 22. Oh no, I'm sorry, 23.
All right, good to know. As Moray is off investigating, I'm just going to assume that you gave Moray a limit based off of the length of the invisibility spell.
And she's got a intelligence of 11, so she can she can tell time. So like, if she thinks she's in danger, or if it gets beyond like 45 minutes, I tell her to get out. And once she gets outside my range, I come back to myself and tell the others we don't need to linger any longer, because she's going to be doing the rest of the investigation herself, so there's no need for us to be so close.
Is anybody going to respond to that?
I was
What's
muted. I was muted. Essentially, shall we be off then, in a hopefully equally as inconspicuous way?
Does the alley connect to another street on the other end?
It twists and splits off into a few other paths.
Okay, so it seems like we don't have to emerge right in front of the place.
No, you can
Get out.
go deeper.
Yeah.
Go deeper.
Phrasing.
So yeah,
Always.
we'll head deeper so we don't have to be too conspicuous passing by again.
All right, you guys start to head further into the maze that is the Warrens. You do hear as you're starting to leave, but it sounds to be metal gates moving and opening, and you can definitely hear the crowd all shuffling closer and moving in some direction. You can't really see because they're walking away, but something is happening.
Hmm.
Do we want to try and slip in with the crowd? Who even are they?
I mean, we can go back and take a look. I don't know if we know enough to attempt that right now, but we can try.
I'm also really bad at lying.
Let's not then.
Anyone else?
Seems like a party. Like the crowd, like
Oh, I love parties.
Does someone stealthy want to go back in the alley and take a look and see if there are like invitations that the people who are going in are showing or anything, or if there seems to be a list?
Let me describe them again. They all looked extremely like poor and hungry, like starving
Okay.
on the street. And I will also say that you did not see them taking chairs out while you were still looking through Moiray's eyes. Just tables and expensive food.
I mean, Amavasya can't be pinpointed for lying and are stealthy and likes food.
By magical means.
Likes food.
so they'd be willing to swiftly observe and not stay.
Well, and if we went inside the gates, I could get closer to the house and potentially connect with Moira again.
But none of us look like we're starving or destitute.
I mean, I bought a shabby black cloak.
we shouldn't all go. They were watching us to begin with.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
By the way,
Only-
Amavasya,
only
while
Lina
you're
was
watching,
here.
you didn't
She
see
always
anyone.
works Institute.
Okay.
As you are deliberating in the alley, you do hear the sound of a lot of people rushing in a direction after the pause. Their footsteps are getting quieter.
If someone's gonna go, they should go now.
You can take Quenya with you. Who again gives like a death stare at Lyra. That'd be nice.
Is the rogue gonna rogue? Cause Jasnah can try.
I mean, sure. I wasn't sure if we were like officially leaving or not by how the
Well,
conversation
we
was
were,
going.
and then this happened, so it's up for debate.
Potential information. You're the one going in, so it's your call.
Yeah. well, yeah. We'll scoop up Dusk, look at Dusk, look at the party, like individually, and then we'll eventually turn to Jasnah. I'm pretty sure half of them will eat her. Just please hold her until I get back.
Of course, don't worry. And she'll take the rat and look down at her and just I'm sorry I'm not as comfortable as Amavasya is.
Before you go, I'm going to cast Fortune's Favor on you.
Bless.
No, fortune's favor, not bless.
And a bardic inspiration to you too.
And two big
Hey.
thumbs up from Lyra.
I'm hoping.
Quenya will kind of harumph and like cock her head at you to see if you want her to go with you.
Just big ol' face orbs and a happy nod.
The pup trots up beside you and will follow you.
Just a big cat and a medium dog. Yeah, so we'll quickly look around the alley, notice that the common clothes that they bought is, well, common, but
Still
we'll,
better
like,
than some of the stuff these people have.
yeah, so we'll like grab some dirt and like get it into like the knees and like the natural folds for the crease of the fabric.
Prestidigitation a couple times to make your clothes dirtier.
Word.
It's hard to express shock as a dog and like just general fear other than like ears going back, but Quenya realizes, shit, I gotta do that too. Because she is a very like well-maintained dog from what it seems like. Just, or, like
Jasnah will help with the
pristine fur,
prestidigitating
like-
and will
Make
help.
a persuasion check to persuade Konya of actually doing this. She is a dragon, and they are noble
very.
creatures. So go ahead and try and persuade her of doing this.
All right. It's gonna be where am I die? Dice. An 18. And I'm a roll against Quenya's wisdom. Which son of a bitch. Also an 18. Wait, no, beats.
What's their modifier?
It was a 17 plus 1.
Fair enough.
18. So Lyra kind of
Yeah.
crouches down, puts like a hand on Quenya's back, and just gives her big. Lyra, ironically, gives the dog puppy eyes.
They acquiesce begrudgingly and stand up very proud and tall, waiting, just closing their eyes, waiting for the prestidigitation to make them dirty.
Yeah, Jasnah will help out with that and like just make them look like muddy and their fur sticking up in places and scruffy. Can't really like disguise it's not really an illusion, but just kind of make them look all sorts of like been rolling around in not very pleasant things.
You both look wretched and like you've been living on the streets for a couple of years.
Amavasya
Beautiful.
knows that feel all too well.
Quenya
You guys have taken a few minutes to do such.
Luckily, it's
I-
not permanent, but you should be going now. Whoops. So I click all the wrong buttons. There we go.
Quenya will start to trot towards the gates.
We'll also, yeah, we'll head up. I'm actually going to leave my gear, like the like most of the bulk of what I carry with the group. So I'm just kind of
So
going
just
in like.
drop your backpack, leave your weapons, and well, it would have taken a minute for you to get out of your armor.
Oh,
Less
I'm
with help.
not
Are you
wearing
wearing-
any.
Do we just not have any armor? Oh, major.
Not worn.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they do the mage armor thing.
I forgot. I was like.
So what exactly are you keeping on you as you're running into this place?
Clothing, and like a sack.
Not like a dagger or anything.
Well, yeah, but that's like
75% of those
scraps.
do have daggers.
Yeah.
It'll fit right in.
Alrighty, you start running into this place. There are guards on the inside of the gate, but they look to have stepped into like guard boxes. The guards all around, most appear to be still looking outward, but a few are keeping an eye inward. The gates are still wide open, 20 feet entrance across. The mob of people are swarmed over what looks to be 5 tables piled high with expensive meats and foods and fine desserts and just a lavish buffet, basically. And they're just swarming, stuffing their pockets and stuffing their mouths. As you run in, you do see, looks to be one human just standing outside the gate, leaning against the stone wall. He looks to be just as beggared and beleaguered as everyone else, but he's staying out there.
We'll like start to head in and then look at the person and kind of look back at the food, trying to show visibly being torn, before walking over to the person and kind of pointing into the gates. Aren't you going to join? Why stay out here?
He looks you up and down quickly and just turns his nose up and doesn't say a word to you and just looks the other way.
We'll pause will look between again.
Pause.
Hmm.
And we'll again. Crowds not your thing?
He turns and is now leaning against the wall with his back to you. The piles of food are starting to diminish as people are stuffing themselves in their pockets.
Alright, we'll go in at that point. Yeah, good.
As you go in, looking up, you do see what appears to be a well-dressed man with a beard and a well-kept, close-shaven beard and mustache, sitting up on the balcony. What appears to be eating a fine meal, and quite similar to the foods prepared down below. And seeing everyone, he occasionally waves and is simply observing.
Does it look like what he's eating is like what's out down in the area?
He's up on a balcony. You can't really see.
Okay, so I see like face, not like chest
Yeah.
level.
Yeah, basically. But
Okay.
you get up to the tables, and it is a mad frenzy. If like you've seen like sharks with blood in the water, it's a feeding frenzy.
Alright, so we'll mimic the frenzy energy, which fucking growing up an urchin will be an easy sell for Amma.
Oh yeah.
So it just dives in like they would as a kid, and as they do, is there anybody that appears meeker in the group?
Go ahead and give me a perception check. In the meantime, go ahead and give me either, or as you do that, also give me, as you start to fight for food, give me an athletics or straight strength, whichever you prefer. As it is a full mosh pit. People are fighting each other for this food. Some of them look like they haven't eaten in days.
Okay, so perception is 18, and then for the second roll, sorry, it was strength or what?
Strength or athletics. So if you're proficient in athletics.
Fuck, no, I got a plus nothing to that. So 14.
Alright, you're able to mostly hold your own. You are pushed away from what looks to be some of the finer, like, sausages from the table, and some of the finer cheeses, but you're able to snag a bunch of other food. You get some sweet rolls, you get some pork, you get a good amount of stuff. Suddenly, the frenzy just stops, and everyone begins to book it. Looking up, you see the man who was sitting down is now standing up on the ledge, and everyone begins to sprint out. Do you follow them, or do you stay longer?
Well, did I find anybody that was meeker?
Oh yeah, the Miko thing. A lot of the people appear to be very malnourished, so you find a number of weaker people. Few, like, the range is a few children and a couple of the older individuals you think maybe in their later years.
Okay, because what I wanted to do was, as I was grabbing food, I was going to try to make conversation.
You can I'll rewind the clock a little bit. You try talking with An older gentleman appears to have a kind of a cane, but it's just like a board that could have been torn off of any of the buildings around this area, and using it kind of like a crutch slash cane. And he's trying to like grab some of the food and just not able to really get in there like everyone else.
Okay, so I'll use some of my food as a bargaining chip, or not really as a bargaining chip, but we'll start to ask. I'm like while I'm grabbing things, I'm new to this city. Do things like this happen often, where food is just offered? And we'll like take one of like the rolls and hand it to the old guy that I'm talking to.
He will grab it as soon as it comes within range and starts immediately eating into it. He kind of looks like as he's eating and trying to grab more. Are you like holding your stuff securely to yourself? Like how are you holding
Yes.
the food that you're preparing?
Typical urchin fashion. Like as soon as it's grabbed, it's like shoved into clothing.
Oh,
Like the
Lord,
roll that I grabbed would have been like directly grabbed and then handed.
Yeah. Seeing that you have nothing else to offer him, he's like, "Get out of my way! I need to eat." And he's gonna start going back into the frenzy, trying to get anything he can. You're starting to understand that it doesn't appear that this is. Nobody really talks during this event, or is talking at least right now. They are desperate, like you were on the streets. This is probably a lot of their first meals of the week.
Yeah, that's fair.
But then, fast forwarding, like only like maybe 30 seconds, and everyone starts bailing out as quickly as possible.
As the frantic and panicked bailing ensues, Amavasya hears like barking from Quenya, who has just kind of been at the edge of the crowd.
Bork, bork, bork.
We'll rush to Borkins.
And you get like a questioning look before she like assumes a stance to run.
Yeah. At that point, when the rats scatter, the rats scatter.
As you do, you hear a thump and a very loud ping, and you quickly look over your shoulder, and the man is holding a very large crossbow and just missed you. You look back, and you taking the moment to talk to the dog. You're the only one left in the courtyard.
Quenya barks.
What do you do?
Before sprinting towards the doors.
Well, I mean, yeah, like you don't just stop mid dash. I ran to dog and I were continuously running out. If somebody shot and missed, then fuck them.
Yeah. You look over your shoulder and you see the man who is sitting up there with the crossbow missed you, and you give me a perception check.
Can you Quenya make this as well? Because the bolt. Well, I mean, if they're close to each other, then.
Yeah, sure.
How does the fortune thing work?
Oh, not 20.
You can re-roll if you need to.
Okay. We'll use that.
Quenya sees all there is to see.
So 20 total.
Okay, both of you, as you, even with your just quick glance, you do see the man smiling as he's watching you run off. You get the feeling, and Konya would have seen this, he aimed to miss you on purpose. And you book it out of there. Do you
I
quickly
do not like
run
that
back to
man.
everyone else?
Not to them, no.
So you get out of the gates. Where are you going? Left or right?
Which way brings me back to the Warrens?
You're all in the Warrens right now. If
Alright,
you're,
so
if you mean back
whichever
to the
way
rest of your
isn't the
party,
water.
oh, you're running away from the water because the water is on the other side of the house.
Oh, okay.
So, pardon me. Here, I will draw it out quickly. House, water, wall, gate, and then street out front. Houses.
Okay, so
And the
as I walk out of the gate, is the dude that was leaning against the wall still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
We'll kind of huff and puff past.
Are you
Looking
like
frazzled.
standing in the middle of the gate, or are you ducking like around out of the area? Because you see all the rest of the individuals just fleeing down the
Oh,
streets and down into the alleys.
Yeah, I'm not standing in front of the open gate that I just got shot at.
Oh, they're running like they're sprinting for the alleyways.
Yeah, they're sprinting for all the alleyways as
Oh boy.
you guys suddenly see a bunch of terrified,
Well,
very poor people, pockets filled, mouth covered, faces covered in like expensive desserts and whatnot, just barreling down.
So yeah, we'll run to the side past the dude, kind of just frazzled. Heads up, and we'll toss a couple pieces of food, and then continue to run into the alleys.
Already. A few moments later, you meet up with the rest of your compatriots, huffing, puffing, but alive and not shot in the ass.
Ding.
That works texting me.
So, not going back in there.
No, that was certainly quite unpleasant.
are you
Comes from-
alright? What happened?
Turns and squints at dog.
How unsightly.
Just kind of brushes off the dog dragon talking. Amavasya still isn't too sure about anything dragon, just, oh, it has 4 legs, it's friend.
Aww.
And
Courtney doesn't quite notice the stare, just brushing herself off, trying to get mud off.
oh yeah.
Digitate clean.
Jasnah will help with the cleaning as well.
Well, you see, went in, everybody was starving, not really that difficult to imagine why. But then everybody just started running, and they fled, and we were the last two left, and they shot with a smile. Why did they smile? And we'll just like start scratching their head.
I assume there's some sadistic bastard.
Because people can be cruel and insane.
Leader just looks sad.
But then why did they miss? And at this point, Amavasya is just going to take the rest of the food, and we'll split it between Dusk and fucking, how do I pronounce it? Is it like quinoa? What the hell do you pronounce dragon?
Quenya.
Quenya, okay.
Welcome to my hell.
What?
And maybe
And we'll also give some to
but it's
Moray.
pronounced exactly as it is.
Murray is not back yet.
How long has it been?
That whole interaction with you getting her, or that, sorry, them all together, that took about, and then running back, you were only in there for about 2 minutes. God damn it, work.
Can never escape work.
No, especially when you're on call.
Oof.
Ooh.
All right,
In that case, we'll split up food into 3 portions, but we'll save some for when Moira returns from their good job.
all right, but yeah, that last, like, you were in there for about minute and a half tops, and then everyone booked it. So about 3 minutes. It's been about 6 minutes for that whole interaction.
Oh yeah, like I'm not hoping for Moira to come back like super quickly. So
Just have an
Uh,
entire hour.
yeah. Like
Are you?
Moira,
While you wait, are you guys all staying here?
No, I think we're gonna do what we were starting to do before we heard the mad dash, and head further, or head away from the house without going past it directly.
All right, yeah, you guys
The
can
alley.
duck into the alleys and definitely get there. Get at least out of the way
Hmm.
and start waiting. But after 50 minutes, you do feel Moray come back into your range.
Well, once she's back in range, we have a telepathic connection. So, sense what you learned.
You get flashes and some images. It's a fairly large house, but the floors seem pretty ordinary. But with that investigation, towards the back, in by the kitchens, there did appear to be some hidden doorway. Seemed to be stuck under a table, but they were able to find the doorway, but they couldn't get into it because, well, it was
Mhm.
closed and nobody was moving the table and opening it up.
Yep.
As for the smell, They did get close, but they tried to sniff around. Like, they didn't find anything in the house itself. It seemed pretty ordinary for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But getting near that area, trying to sniff, something smelled off. Not 100% sure what, but something just smelt wrong about the trapdoor. Aside from that, there were about two smaller boats moored in the back, and what looks to be a larger part of the dock open for a larger barge, but nothing was there. A number of guards standing around in the back. Guards throughout the house. But aside from that, nothing.
Ooh.
Who? What? Anything? Anyone?
So
Nope.
no,
Bueller?
no luck on the daughter. But apparently he's playing some sort of game.
Hmm.
But it's not the fun kind. It's really sick and twisted kind.
Fun for him.
He doesn't get to have fun.
I don't think anyone has ever told him no. He seems the sort.
Hmm.
Have we made it back to the guild?
I thought you were like a couple streets over, waiting for Moire, and then going to head. But if you guys wanted to have been in the guild, that's no problem.
Continue to head back.
As you get to Vandenbridge, you guys are stopped by the guards, and they do not let you pass. You know the rules. Bugger back to where you came from.
We are.
Oh! Leader Vel will like put down the black hood and reveal like the nice clothing.
And who'd you steal that off of? Get back, wretch.
I said, and then she'll show the badge or whatever for working for the guild. I'm with what are they called? The Bronze Eagles.
Yes.
Yes.
With the Bronze Eagles.
And yes, Nobi, I will pull the intimidation thing and just I think you should rethink what you're doing right now.
Go ahead and roll an intimidation. Lyra, you're
29.
kind of just.
She just
That's
gives
even-
him a look. Just like,
He kind of takes a step back and shares a look with his mate, and I guess what's the they can't do that much harm. Get out of here. And they step aside and pointedly look in opposite directions away from you guys.
I thought
Lyra
so.
Head.
And she's going to wait for everyone else to pass while she continues to glare at these two and will follow behind.
Nice.
Lyra holds her head high and just struts past. As does Quenya.
Well, you guys make it to the other side without any other incidents. You are all back at the Blink Dog's mug. The Blink Dog does go and greet you all. It goes around and sniffs your dragon dog's butt. And then
Quenya's not happy. But Lyra is used to this, so she runs distraction. Lyra like crouches down, like both hands on Blink Dog's face, just like, "Oh my gosh, you're so precious!" All giving it pets, and Quenya escapes.
Moire will jump up onto Jasnah's shoulder to try and get away from the dog. Because Orryn's not tall enough.
It does lick you, Lyra, and then it blinks up and is like backpacking on Jasnah for a quick second.
Yay!
Flies up into the air.
It looks sad, but then gives Jasnah a lick, and then blinks off and is in front of Orryn, Orryn, not Orion, and tries to give you a.
Tries to give you cuts out.
Oh, sorry, tries to give you a big lick on the
Tries to
face, and just goes around trying to give kisses to everyone.
All right, all right.
Once doing so,
Moire is now watching suspiciously from the rafters.
They think they can't blink up there. But afterwards, they blink out and do not reappear in front of you guys, at least. And you're able to... You're allowed into the bar now. There's a couple of individuals, a few you've recognized at this point. You see the elf that had helped you out from escaping Brex appear to be having lunch. Armstrong arm wrestling a couple of guys off in the side.
All at once, mind you, like 3 guys all arm wrestling. Armstrong's one arm.
Well, 2 of them, one with each arm. He sees you, lifts up a hand, still holding the guy, waves, and goes back down to it.
Sybil around?
Sybil is back behind the bar, in her usual spot.
Amavasya will approach Sybil.
She looks up from cleaning a mug. What can I get for you?
A strong drink and information, possibly.
I guess I can do both. You looking for something fairly strong, a bit more expensive side, or just a shot of something?
Just a shot of something for my nerves.
All right. She'll pour out some. It looks like there's a bunch of berries mashed in the bottom of this bottle, and pours it out into a wooden shot glass. Pushes it over to you. Gicker, 5 silver a shot. Gnomes really seem to like it.
Will hand over the silver.
She'll take it and nod and push it towards you.
Will immediately throw it back.
It's colorless with a slight berry smell to it. You gotta do the aftershot shake a little bit, but actually tasted not too bad. Definitely something tastes like maybe blueberries. But she stays there, cleans the shot glass. So, what did you want to know?
Not enough to like lean across the bar, but like enough where I'm leaning like midway over in kind of a natural pose, and will speak quietly. Just got back from. Just got back from something at. I'm drawing a blank on the name. Is it
The
Roth?
Grims. His name's Roth. His estate is normally called Grimson's Estates because his last name is
Grimson.
Grimson. Roth Grimson.
Okay. Just got back
Oh.
from the Grimson estate.
Oh, I forgot I actually had an image for you of Roth because you actually saw him.
Gasp.
People.
Oh, that's handy. And
Oh, I just like him more now.
there's
Just not a whole
something
lot to like.
happened. It's as I was leaving with everybody else, a man on the balcony stood and shot bolts at me, but he did it with a smile, and it looks like he purposely missed. And will give a description of the guy. Do you know possibly who that could be?
As soon as you started explaining what you saw, her face just seems to sour with every word. That would be Roth. The name of this state is all over it. If you hadn't noticed. That bastard he is. Yeah, that was him. To further cement that. He is
Oh.
not a kind individual, and it appears that you somehow managed to escape him. He normally kills a few of the poor wretches who run in there. You're lucky you're alive.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, Lyra frowns from down the bar.
I only remember seeing one shot. And I don't think it was definitely purposefully missed. So if you're telling me that I'm lucky to be alive, then that means he could have killed me and chose not to. Why? And could I have another shot, please?
She'll pour another and push it over to you, and when you pull out the sliver, she just weighs it down. He appears to kill on a whim. He doesn't always. He actually feeds individuals every day, but nobody knows when he's going to shoot to kill. So whenever individuals decide to run in there, since he feeds daily, as soon as he gets up, everyone bails because they don't want to be the next one. Nobody sees them after they go down in Grimson's estate.
Right, that is good to know now. And we'll kind of laugh shakily and shoot the shot. Also, there. Do you know why somebody would attend but not attend?
Raises an eyebrow. I'm not quite sure what you mean.
Well, there was one person that struck me kind of odd. They looked to be in the same shape as everybody else scavenging, but they chose to stay outside. So they showed up, but they didn't go in.
She kind of furrows her brow. God, why? I don't normally get this many messages and texts. I am. Oh, it's my mom. Yeah, she called earlier and I was in the middle of a conversation here, so I didn't answer. So
How dare you?
I do kind of feel bad now. I talk
Always
to her
reply
like
to your mother.
I talk to her like every other day.
Every
But-
other day.
I'll talk to my dad on the off days.
Oh, okay, fair. Damn it! Got me.
Got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. But distracting. Yeah. She just kind of looks kind of confused, and I don't know. I haven't heard anything about anyone there, but I don't know. Maybe they just want to sit back and watch the kills. I don't know.
Why
Orange
is
is
everybody in the city so sadistic?
Orange is a hard place. She kind of raises up her stump of a hand. I can say that from experience. So, damn it! And she's gonna reach down under the bar and pull out another bottle. It looks to be some sort of whiskey, but on the inside you see a full ginger root. Pours a shot and throws it back herself. Sometimes I hate this. Actually, most times I hate this city.
It's easy to see why.
She gestures around. I mean, we try to do our best to help out the people we can, but we can't get them all. The guards are useless, so... Fuck.
Why wouldn't the guards want to protect their own city?
Because most of them, if not all, are on the Sakage's payroll. The other half are scared into silence. Or, asked to politely leave and step down from the service by having a swim in the plith permanently. Also, hi, Orryn. Or Orion.
Hello.
Welcome back. People have semi-met Roth now.
It was
Who?
uncomfortable.
Who's Roth?
The guy who was the last... He's the one whose estate was the last one that Orryn's daughter, Tanya, was last seen in, and then leaving, and then not seen again.
Right.
Place you want to sneak into.
Yes, and I'm assuming we didn't.
No. Also, there is an image of him for you to see.
I mean, Moira snuck snuck into it.
Yes,
Fair.
Moray did.
And everybody is still alive?
So far.
She
All
was
right, well, I'll take
invisible.
that as a 50-50 win.
Oh shit! Please tell me no one went through the character sheet. I just realized that.
I
Well,
did not.
Were you guys able to go into the character sheet?
I
No.
don't know
No.
what character sheet you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good. Roth has a full character sheet, and I didn't. I thought for a
Well, good.
second that you might have had access to it.
Oh.
We know all his secrets.
We,
Well-
messed, we messed up, guys. We could have known everything.
All right. You should not be able to get into the sheet.
No, I cannot, but I can see him.
All right. Good. You should be able to see him.
He looks kind of elfy. Is he an elf?
Mm,
He's a
None of-
douchebag.
That's supposed to be.
Okay, so yes.
Hey, one of your party members is an elf. Everyone's just
I-
gotten back to the tavern at this point.
Aren't two of my party members elves?
No.
Yeah.
A dark elf and a
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dark elf. Yeah.
wood elf? Yeah.
Eh, sure,
Wood
we'll go with
elf.
that.
Yes.
But yeah, everyone is kind of. He kind of shot at Amavasya and purposefully missed.
Purposely missed or quote unquote purposely missed?
Oh,
The
no.
first.
Okay.
They rolled high enough and purposefully missed and was grinning at them as they ran out of his estate.
Cool.
Yes,
Right.
they probably made a couple guards poop themselves on the way back.
Why
Don't
don't
worry.
you guys explain the ritual to him?
Essentially, he puts out a lot of food, and a bunch of street people who are starving go in there and just kind of go crazy over the food. And from what we learned, he doesn't do it all the time, but sometimes he'll start shooting at people down there, and then those people are never seen again.
Hmm. I would have loved to talk to him about that, but
After Amma finishes their last shot, they will go to the gnome, squat to be fucking
To a certain
face orb
dominance.
level, and we'll just take out components.
Just at the bar?
Yeah.
Sybil sees you doing such and just looks over and just kind of says, "Not at the bar. Either go to your room, go to the back, or one of the other tables, but not at the bar. Come on."
Oh, they weren't going to do it at the bar. They're like on the ground with their
Oh.
components, like showing Orryn.
Ow! Oh! Sorry, you said gnome level, and Sybil's also a gnome, so I just kind of assumed. Or wait, no, never mind. She's a half-like. Fuck. Why can't I
Same
remember?
thing.
Man.
So, please, distraction. And we'll just, like, kind of push the incense towards Orryn a little more.
you're looking for a distraction.
I don't know if they can hear me because of the
No, I
audio.
couldn't hear you.
Thomas?
I think his connection's going. Oh, it was. Oh, my internet's crashing. Hold on.
Is it?
No, he put something in roll 20.
He deleted it off of Discord, but his connection is pretty bad. Oh, he can't really follow what people are saying because his connection's going in and out.
Yar.
Lame.
Damn you, roll 20. I mean,
Connection to the server is interrupted again? What? I literally just reloaded. Reloaded.
I use thaumaturgy to open all of the doors and windows.
Use thaumaturgy to reconnect to roll 20.
All right there, Jester.
That's where I got the inspiration. I honestly never knew that it could do that until I listened to that. I was
Me
like,
too.
I need this spell. Skippy
Thaumaturgy's
needs
great.
this spell.
It's not a wizard spell.
I know. It is if you take magic initiate.
Everything's your spell if you take magic initiate.
Well, not the first level.
Right.
What'd you take for your magic initiate? Wish.
You can't cast it because you don't have a slot for it, but you just know it.
It's just sitting there.
I wish I did.
Let me tell you, I sure as fuck don't know how to cast a spell, but when I do,
Eventually.
somebody's gonna wish I didn't.
Alright, my connection is continuing to tell me to reload roll 20.
Man, I can't
Bag
help
of
but
dicks.
feel like I caused this. I come and everybody else's connection fails.
Yeah, here comes Nelson.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to go like run to the bathroom while y'all are fixing your shit.
Yeah, this
Honestly,
has
same.
been on
Alright.
par with the rest of my day.
I heard Orryn for a second, or Orion.
Hello.
Oh, no, Orryn. Thomas.
Aw.
I'm gonna bang my head against the desk until it works.
Bang your head against the router until it works.
Yep, my server's being a butt too.
Mine actually was too, so it might be a roll 20 thing.
It's probably a roll 20 thing.
Although I am connected now, I think. Oh yeah, I reloaded. I'm in. And I'm all good.
Alright, I'm curly in there. That's something. But yeah, take Payton's lead, and if you need a bio break, go for it. Though I don't think, considering how everything's going, we may or may not be able to keep going.
Can I ask you some questions, DM, while we're waiting?
No, damn it.
Okay.
Sure, go ahead.
Did we have a night in between speaking in the Velvet Room and going to sneak into... Or was Orion even there during that?
Yeah, Orion was.
Okay.
Well, Orion was back at the. Yeah, we could retroactively. Oh, sorry, hiccups. Retroactively say that you were,
Okay.
like
Right.
around there, but
Most of
It
us
was
were
the-
hiding in an alley anyway, so he could have just been standing with them.
yeah, it was in the morning when you guys went into the Velvet Room and had your discussions and lost your Warlock.
Okay. So then between...
Oh, there was also some shopping for components and whatnot for a little bit in the morning.
Okay, so the night before, could Orion have gone out and tried doing some experiments? Which may or may not have involved breaking into a cemetery. It did absolutely involve that, but
I don't even fully remember what you guys were doing last night.
I think the night before it was just
I think it was
we were just talking in the Velvet Room about what we're gonna do.
the night before. No, that was the morning.
Oh, that was the
think
morning?
I think the night before was when was the night you guys was the day you got paid for killing the bandits, getting the information, and you had or I guess Marius had some fun times with Jarl.
No, he did not. Remember? I did have fun times with Jarl, but Marius decided he wanted to be a bitch the next time that he went to see Jarl. And I was like, we'll talk about it later. And then Jarl was like, no, we won't. And I was like, you will hear words from me. And then he was like, no, I won't. And then I left the room, and then I cast Sending to say words to him. None of them that were congruent in any way. I was just being a petty bitch.
Okay.
Unless that's bad, and you didn't remember that, then none of that happened.
I didn't. I vaguely remember it. Vaguely.
Yeah.
But you can go ahead and do some experiments tonight, but I'm not gonna retroact that far because like we literally started this session in the
Yes.
morning.
I thought it was last night in game that we started the session. I did not realize it was morning.
You know, it was the morning, and
So
it seems
yeah.
Orryn can't really hear
My
much of anything.
my connection on Roll20.
Yeah, roll 20's down.
Yeah, the streaming
Yeah.
connection is just not doing.
Old Tony's just being about, so we'll stop here for tonight. I think that just makes sense after
It's a good point.
after your
All right, then I'm
second.
I'm saying this now. Start of next session, I'm learning Find Familiar. I'm casting it.
Is that the Orryn, please teach me? Eyes earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
Just big ol' eyes.
Do remember, you are an artificer and he's a wizard.
Well, technically, I know the spell. It's just I'm flavoring it.
Okay, never
Yeah.
mind. And just remember, for artificers, kind of how you cast is like you're creating things. It's less magic and more imbuing things with magic to be